How about my dearest YouTube friends? Today we are in a new video, and friends, the game has just been updated, and with it they have brought us the boo of this character that has caught us all by surprise. And in this case, I am doing the analysis on my own account because I have been lucky enough to have this British captain in rank 6 because there was a Karina challenge from volume 2 in which they asked us for this character, and the only thing I have to dust them up so that you can see the potential of the character. Plus I have it for 200, so let's see what has changed, because even so, I considered that this British captain was quite powerful with those critical blows and those very good physical Rafa. And in theory, I did not consider that she needed a bug, but hey, let's see how it turned out. Basically, it used to be singular. It is called Pure Soul and increases the duration of personal exhaustions by 10.1% for each Zion charge. The most Ionic increases the duration as if Captain Britain had 10 Ionic charges. Each personal NeuroShock reduces the opponent's energy resistance by 35% of the current maximum positive energy resistance of 100%. Is singular life important? Well, I consider that yes, because this way the exonations last much longer, which is the literal basis of the gameplay of this character, and that, above all, the NeuroShock, because it evades that resistance that in the end also appears strong with this character. Okay, basic attacks deal energy damage instead of physical. Of non-tech characters, Captain Britain's personal passive effects of NeuroShock and Exploration cannot be seen, reducing their duration or ability accuracy. Captain Britannia starts each fight with a 3% passive safeguard effect, which is going to make a pretty strong defender. Also, when she is eliminated, she is safeguarded after 20 seconds as a defender, as she is reactivated when any characters are knocked down. When Captain Britannia receives a critical hit, she can receive a passive effect from this action, which is why Captain Britannia is also designed for defense than attack, but be careful that in attack it is also quite strong. NeuroShock, the base of this character's damage. Basically, in Captain Britain's NeuroShock, they inflict energy damage for 10 seconds, increasing only with the base attack. The power is NeuroShock increases according to the current power efficiency. Captain Britain. High voltage or bleed effects trigger a passive NeuroShock on the opponent. It's important as hitting or getting hit by an opponent with an exhaustion effect activates NeuroShock, but only once every 150 seconds. This British captain has small changes you'll see in the gameplay. Every time an opponent purifies an infinite disadvantage in NeuroShock, the character gains indefinite ion charge, up to 20 charges. Personal NeuroShock or any efficiency effect also grant ion charge. Super attacks result in 6 charges. Knocking down results in 2 charges from receiving special Valerage Cowardice effect and removes 2 Ionic charges. Being knocked down and removing extractive effects also result in the same. Zion mode, already known, begins when 10 or more charges exist without extractives. Zion mode lasts 1 second per Zion charge and activates during super attack. In this state, British Captain can't gain new Ionic charges. You'll see passive effects. NeuroShock staff advances faster, but any NeuroShock staff. Tricky, during mode it pauses until psionic mode gives way. Apart from the asset of a super attack for each level of it, a passive effect of indefinite efficiency of plus 15% is obtained, which in the end is where we are going to see the damage of this character. When you end Zion mode, 3 personal deficiencies are removed. It is worth Capital Britain without much stun in all its running attacks and medium attacks, which we already say again that the improvement in defense as defense of the Sonic mode between cooling down for 15 seconds after finishing. Well, it is enough that when pulling, a passive effect of exhaustion is applied and each hit applies a slowness disadvantage. Let's remember that this prevents the unstoppable on the opponent with the 2 active sub-attack to obtain a non-cumulative Bastion passive effect, which this is basically going to make you take less damage from him when you hit him. And on top of that also, while this Bastion is active, the basic attacks apply a passive NeuroShock effect and then Presto sub-attack have more critical inertia. Lastly, sub-attack 3 cannot be activated if Sion mode is active and enters Sion mode and increases duration by plus 8 seconds, or has a passive effect of power effectiveness, that of power efficiency, forgiveness, and also achieves effectiveness. Okay, with this, we are going to make the super touches not leave so quickly, therefore we are going to go to the gameplay. He is a character, I'm telling you, top defender. Okay, he is going to be very good in defense thanks to that safeguard, that NeuroShock, that we remember that the NeuroShock, there are very few characters who are immune to this effect. So the gameplay is actually somewhat clear, a little complex, because it doesn't cause massive damage. But you will see that what we have to do is enter the fight, and basically we are already seeing that we have the safeguard and those charges at 0. Basically we have to make a stop, a strong attack, and with that we are going to leave this innovation. And you are already seeing that we are leaving disadvantages of NeuroShock. Okay, therefore, we have to reapply that style of games and make an entire combo so that we put 2 NeuroShock for every time we put this innovation, as you are going to see right now. Very careful. Yes, very important. We don't have to get to the 10 loads of NeuroShock before reaching the 3 power bars, because otherwise we will be blocking the damage. Therefore, we have to avoid that. What I'm telling you, try to also arrive with the maximum loads of NeuroShock possible. As you will see right now, we are going to be able to get 9, and we are now throwing Super Attack 3, which is basically how we are going to be able to get the maximum damage from this character through efficiencies, and above all, also through the effectiveness of power. You're going to see it right away when it's over. You're already seeing how we go into Zion mode. We have power, effectiveness, and we also have efficiency. So what do we have to do? Strong blows to load that exhaustion again and load those neuro shots, which is basically how we are going to be gaining more efficiency loads, as you are already seeing how the damage from the over attack is escalating. If thanks to the effectiveness of power, we are going to be able to do even more damage and generate more neurosis. And this is basically how we do character development. It is true that it is a little slow because you have to get to Super Attack 3 and all that. But actually, the damage you're already seeing, it's quite solid. It has massive damage, but the development involves getting to Super Attack 3. The truth is that good buff they have done to him, I consider that it is more defense than attack. But as an attacker, you are already seeing that it is worth it, and especially for long fights. Because when we do Super Attack 3 after Super Attack 3, you are going to see how it is going to develop. Let's have another fight now without any kind of interruption. And I'm going to explain it to you. Okay, then we enter the fight with a stop in a hard blow. We will leave Stenovation, and we will have to make a combo of 5 to leave premieres, actions, stop, hard blow. Again, we leave these options, and we make a combo of 5 is okay to leave the NeuroShocks. So we tap in hard, and again, okay, we just have to go to Super Attack 2. Forgive Super Attack 3 for the more and more NeuroShocks possible, and remember that no, we don't have to reach Super Attack 3 when we have 9 charges. Okay, we can get to the 10 loads of himself as you're seeing right now on screen then. Let's see if we get to 9 perfect. We shoot Super Attack 3. We reload all that mode, psionic, all those efficiencies and all that effectiveness of power to be able to develop the character. Then we're gonna hit hard. Let's remember that we are already in Zion mode and it lasts much longer, and with that we are leaving the exhaustion. Therefore, we continue applying the combo of normal combos with exhaustion so that we do much more damage. Are you already seeing how he is reaching those exhaustions and those efficiencies? Efficiencies that at the moment we have 3 efficiencies that are doing a lot of damage to the character. The truth is that he is a character that I have already told you is more intended for defense than attack. But also in attack, you are seeing how the character is shining so well. Good damage. The only thing that for me is the rotation is quite slow. It is not a derived character in the battlegrounds. I am already advancing it because it means that you have to go to sub attack 3 and that will end up wasting time. But for long missions, I think that's where the character is going to shine. We are going to go to the Aveito de Leyendas. We are going to test it with our opponent, with our friend Red Bull, okay? And in this case, we are going to see how the resistance is. I haven't said it, but you have already seen that its part that 2 also activates its Bastion improvement, in which it will make us take less damage when they hit us in blockade. And when we leave you with disadvantages of having a Bastion advantage, we will also leave NeuroShock in the opponent. Then let's see what. How about friends? A strong blow, and with that we are already leaving that exhaustion, and let's see if we get a little blow. There we are, and just the combo, very good. Let's see that it is left there. We are blow. There it has hit us. What a 20 strong blow. Very well. We leave the extension disadvantage, and what we have to do is to put some combos between us. It's worth a few combinations for the extension to generate those charges in the psionic mode to see if I'm not on attack 1. Let's check it out in a fight. Hit hard again to leave that exhaustion. Basically, we have to be leaving the yes or yes exhaustion and those combos to gain the maximum possible loads of NeuroShock. Let's see. Come on. There we are. A strong blow. We leave training again. And let's see if it comes in. Come on. Come please, that's very good Nox, and let's see, we are going to get the perfect 10th, and we have already thrown the Super Attack 3.9 charges in Psionic mode, or 8, okay, with those charges, they are quite good to generate those efficiencies, and that effectiveness of power very well. We already have active Psionic mode, we can throw Super Attack 3, That forces Red Hulk to throw the super attack at us to see if he wants or is going to keep us in psionic mode, which is another disadvantage that I am seeing in the character of when the IA becomes passive and does not want to launch super attacks at us, like in this case. Well, it just happened, look. In this case, the rotation went quite badly because it did not want to throw the super attacks. But hey, at least a few taps because our friend Red Bull is taken. There we have it. So now that's exactly what I want to show you. Okay, let's see if it comes right. We have thrown the last super attack in Super Take 1, which with that we avoided. It is unstoppable, but you are already seeing what I wanted to show you because the Kingdom of Legends in the end greatly limits the character's damage. You are already seeing that we have 11 efficiency improvements therefore. When we redevelop the character with Super Attack 3, we will be able to obtain even more efficiencies. That's why I tell you that this character works very well for long fights because those efficiencies are not going to be lost. We are simply going to be developing him even more. Okay, so we're going to pull Super Attack 3 again so you can see how those efficiencies grow and how we're going to win. That effectiveness of losing, you see, in this case we have raised it to 20 efficiencies and we are going to see if we can do good damage. There we have Super Attack 2 and look at 14082, 1044, 1000, and 44,000. Let's remember that the Legends Labyrinth has a damage limit of 55,000 but still a forgiveness limit of 50,000. Yet you are seeing the massive damage that this British captain is doing and how she is designed to take him to the Super Attack. Forgive Super Attack 3 and for long fights, let's see if he doesn't want to throw it again. Come on, that's right, he pauses. You are also seeing the psionic mode when they throw the blows at us. There we are, let's see if it enters us. Perfect, it has entered the last pixel of psionic mode. We have to look at how we have already reached the loads and you have also seen that when we go through psionic mode and we have run out, well, what it simply does is take away 3 efficiency loads and again, we have to do that rotation. It's just that I consider it the only rotation that works with this British captain. You simply have to throw the super attacks, reach the maximum exhaustion, along with the ionic charges, with the 10 charges and throwing Super Attack 3 to do that tremendous damage. We already have 30 efficiency improvements. Okay, there we are, we're leaving. You see, just the safeguard has worked for us and has entered the voucher already. 89,000 damage that we have done. We have managed through skill accuracy to evade that damage limit of 50,000. Let's see if we do it again. 40 euro to 1,000 and that's it. I'm telling you that it's one more character designed for long fights than for short battle fights. But you are already seeing how effective the character is, the damage he has, and above all, how little life they take from us in defense thanks to that Bastion. Honestly, he is a character that has been given a pretty good buzz in attack, but where you really shine in defense thanks to the safeguard. What if a dizziness comes to you with medium blows and strong blows? The character that the truth is, I really like the buff that they have done to him. So friends, leave me the comments you think about this character's Boo. Do you like it? Do you like the new game dynamics? Do you like the old one better? I want to know what you think. So friend, if you like the video, I suggest where you are and see you in other videos. Bye bye.